Hey, everybody, welcome to Martini Mondays, shaking it up with Ruby Martini and Magnolia Steele. Ruby Martini here.
And I'm Magnolia Steele.
Welcome, everyone. We are excited to invite you to our audio stage where we flirt with vintage and contemporary burlesque, ponder random points of interest, and have engaging conversation with our guests. This evening, our guest, Lindsley Bowen, will share her journey from opening a small business in a train car to growing a thriving vintage jewelry boutique. And we'll bring her on in just a few minutes. Magnolia, it is so good to lay eyes on you.
Ruby, it's so wonderful to be here. I had to hustle to get here, and honestly, I thought I was going to be late.
Oh, no, Magnolia. Do tell.
Well, Ruby, I was on my way here doing fine on time. And off in the distance, in front of me, there was a party bus filled to the brim with people hanging out of the window and making all kinds of racket.
Oh, my gosh.
And, I just couldn't figure out why everybody was hooping and hollering when I passed that party bus. And I finally got right in behind it, and then I saw it, Ruby. A very detailed bumper sticker.
Oh.
It read, "Be like a crow, collect shiny things, hop down the road for no reason, screaming loudly when you see your friends." Now, did those people honestly think that they were going to see that bus full of shiny objects? They sure were screaming loudly like they were, everybody's friend. I am pleased to say that I got past the loud party bus and didn't do any rubbernecking or screaming out loud, always making it on time.
Oh, my goodness, Magnolia. I wonder if that bus was on its way to witness a murder. A murder of crows, that is. I'm so relieved you made it on time. Let's take a moment now to honor our underwriters. Huge thanks to Double Martini Productions, your local nonprofit performing arts collaborative, with a big announcement. Their monthly fundraisers are back on the calendar. An afternoon of vaudeville art every second Saturday of the month, coming up this week on April 11th. Local artists of all skill levels are invited to this drawing event featuring live models in vaudeville, pin-up, and burlesque costuming, as well as fun and funky daily fashions. These events are held at Snow Approach Foundation, located at 129 East King Street in downtown Hillsborough. Artists of all skill levels are invited to draw. Just bring your drawing supplies, and there's plenty of room for easels. Donations of $15 to $25 are suggested. And for more information and to register, go online to doublemartini.org and select Art Drawing Events.
Cat Moves Traveling Studio, delivering award-winning dance and fitness coaching and training to you at your location, at your convenience. Join Cat every Tuesday for free line dancing, 6 to 7 at 129 East King Street in Hillsborough. Find out more at catmoves.me. That's cat with a K. catmoves.me. And Perfect Timing Celebrations, providing personalized, traditional, and contemporary officiant services with a budget-friendly rate to help keep your wedding and those vow renewals stress-free. Find them on Facebook. Search Perfect Timing Celebrations. All of our underwriters are linked to our Facebook page.
And find us on Facebook by searching at WCOMRuby. And you can become an underwriter of our broadcast. Hop on over to that Facebook page and send us a message. Hop like a crow, actually.
Oh, Ruby, that sounds like a good lead-in to our Back in Time Burlesque segment.
Great idea, Magnolia. Let's do it. Our weekly segment of Back in Time Burlesque features a dancer or performer from the vintage era of burlesque. Today, we are going to honor the one and only Mae West. Mary Jane West was born on August 17, 1893 in Brooklyn, New York. As a child, she performed under the name Baby May with the tagline, "The Baby May Behave Like This." She began performing professional vaudeville in 1907 at the age of 14. Highly creative and a bit restless, she began writing risque plays. Her first starring role in Broadway in 1926 was in the play titled Sex, written by Mae West using the pen name Jane Mast. West also produced and directed the play. City officials received complaints about the content of the play and raided the theater. Along with the cast, Mae West was arrested, then sentenced to 10 days in jail. She could have paid a fine and walked free, but chose the publicity that incarceration would bring.
In 1932, Mae West made her way to California after signing a contract with Paramount. By 1933, she was a large draw in Hollywood, and by 1935, she was the highest paid woman in motion pictures. However, in 1934, censorship started disrupting Mae West's exotically charged strips. She turned to her famous double conundrums. I almost did it already with the strips. That's hilarious. Which provides to another lane that she excelled in. Oh, her movies are so good too.
They are great.
No one could match her racy, sharp wit, her quotes, her one-liners, her quippy responses, and the entertaining by themselves.
Mae West was one of the most iconic performers to grace a stage, radio, television, and the big screen. She was also an author and screenwriter. Her incarceration was just the beginning of numerous bans, and she seemed to revel and benefit from every controversy she swirled. Mae West had such a lengthy, rich, sexually charged history. Or was it a herstory? We can only scratch a superficial itch and hope you will take some time to do a deep dive into her fantastic life and very colorful lifestyle. Mae West delivered her final one-liner on November 22nd, 1980 at the feisty age of 87. And now it is time for Manifesting a Moment with Magnolia. We've asked Lindsley to select an affirmation card that's going to help us set an intention for our show today.
And Lindsay has selected a card. Can you please read it to us?
Sure. I was not born to work, retire, and die. I was born to brood, wear a lot of black, and eventually become a feared poltergeist.
Well, okay. What can we... Here's what I think. I think that from this, we can have the affirmation of, we're all born to brood and eventually become feared. I think that works.
I'll accept that.
I think that works.
I think it works too. Now, let's all take a deep cleansing breath.
And now, dear listeners, it is time for us to introduce our guest. Lindsley Bowen is a North Carolina native who has lived in numerous states and spent some time residing in South Korea before settling in Hillsborough, North Carolina 15 years ago. Lindsley loves to travel, garden, and sew. She is a creative and an avid reader. We know her best as the owner of Carlisle and Linny Vintage Jewelry, a wildly successful business she has grown from a small space into a foundational anchor on South Churton Street in historic downtown Hillsborough. Welcome, Lindsley. Welcome to our audio stage.
Thank you both so much for having me.
We just want to say out loud that we are super fans, and it's no secret that we're super fans. I was trying to count last night the number of pieces that I have in my possession that I have acquired from your lovely shop, and I honestly need to do an inventory. I do.
You've always been a great cheerleader. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I would love for you to take us from that idea that was in your brain saying, I want to do this, and take us through the different shop locations you've had, maybe the speed bumps or permitting or any of those crazy little roadblocks that may have happened, and take us all the way up to your current location.
Well, I guess we can say I started doing Last Fridays outside on the sidewalks in 2012. And from there, I got a store in the little train caboose up at Daniel Boone Antiques area that no longer exists, sadly. And I did well enough there that I could move to downtown Hillsborough in 2000. I opened in 2014. In 2015, I moved uptown. Is that uptown? Yeah, it is. It's north. And opened in a 120 square foot space behind what used to be Banditos. And then a year later, the space opened up on Churton at 112 South Churton Street, and I was able to take over that space, and that's where I've been now for almost 10 years.
I think your growth has just been so visual. It's not like a business that opened in a big space and you're familiar with it from day one. To see you go from that tiny little caboose, I've shopped there as well. We probably didn't have as much communication at that point.
Oh, no,
I
remember.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
That honestly, that was such a sweet little place, and it was so unique. The second place where you were, we did, the burlesque troupe did a photo shoot called Shakin' Up the Sidewalks, and I think that was in 2015, right when you had opened up that space.
Maybe 3 months afterwards, and you used the store as well as the staircase going up.
Yes, absolutely. The staircase.
That was a blast.
Produced some fabulous photos. And then when you made the move around the corner, it was like, wow, I felt like you'd landed. Did you have that same feeling? That was like the place?
I feel like I've really landed. The first place was hard for people to find, but they found me. And it was 240 square feet, so it was very funny when I went up to the 110 square foot space. But I painted it bright, shiny white, and it felt like you were walking in a jewelry box. So it really worked well enough that I could take the larger space, which is, of course, only still 500 square feet. Yeah. So I'm still tiny and only allow 6 people in at a time. But I feel really good about the space. Yes.
I feel like it served you well. I feel like it has such great exposure.
Yes, it's great to be on South Churton Street.
Yeah. People just sitting in traffic.
Yes.
It happens sometimes.
Right in front of my shop with my big sign out front.
That's right. And your lovely whisper conversational seat. What are they called? A whisper seat?
It's called
gossip.
A kissing bench or a gossip bench.
Yeah, gossip bench. Yeah.
Conversation.
So one of the things that you did mention to us was that leaving your day job was kind of intimidating. And I believe our listeners could benefit knowing how you managed to transition into being a full-time entrepreneur.
Well, I was working in PR and B2B and just did not enjoy my boss at all. And I was tired of having bosses, to be honest. I'm on the autism and ADHD spectrum, and I just don't work well with somebody who doesn't see everything that I offer. So I hear you, sister.
You're
right?
speaking.
Most of us women go through this.
Yes.
And so I quit that and started waiting tables and washing windows and helping with people's lawns while I opened the shop. And it was very scary. In fact, I rented the place in January and didn't open till May. And it was my mom going, "Are you going to finally open?" And so I was scared to death, and I opened. And that first year, I made $14,000 and I did my other jobs. But it really got going, and people really enjoyed it. And I knew I had something. I'm an art history major. It's a niche business to have, to sell antique estate and vintage jewelry from the late 1800s to about the 1970s, and I know everything about it. I can talk ad nauseum, and I really enjoy it.
But I think that ad nauseum knowledge is what brings people back. Well, there are other things as well, but there's just knowing that you know what you know is so instrumental.
I love teaching history through art, and jewelry are just tiny pieces of art, and I can go on and on. That's what I'd like to do in my next phase of this, is be a speaker.
I think that's going to happen. I do. We're going to manifest that for you.
As a poltergeist?
As a poltergeist. Wearing our black mourning suits. And that's not as in daytime mourning. Are there any specific speed bumps or roadblocks that come to mind that you worked through that maybe our listeners would benefit from hearing? Anything permitting?
I have to say that you do everything as a small business owner. Anybody out there listening knows that you do everything. So there's certain tasks that I don't love, but no, getting a business permit was easy. Setting up your electricity, most everything was pretty logical. It made sense to me. I grew very slowly and very organically, and I knew I wanted to do that. People ask me all the time if I'm going to have a second or a third location, and absolutely not. I have a little life in Hillsborough. I love my community. I love my store. I love every object that I sell and all the people who come in and enjoy it. If anybody wants advice on growing a business and you want a little life too, stay small. My whole goal is ease. Yeah. Finding simplicity.
I feel like a lot of times, maybe not just as women, but as grown-ups, we get to a point where we're like, we love simplification. We know what it takes to sustain us and maybe have a little fun on the side, but it doesn't require grueling hours and nose to the grindstone, constantly badgering. Plus, you get to travel and go shopping while you're out and about.
Huge plus.
Yeah.
So I'm interested on the travel side. Where have you been, and how do you find your little treasure hunt pieces that you want to bring home?
I think number one is that I love people. And you can't be in any business where you're the forward-facing person unless you love people. So when I travel, it's all about meeting new people, the culture, the food, the music. And in terms of where I go for buying jewelry, it's usually Europe. So Austria, Hungary, Italy, France are the places that I did go to Iceland and shop, but that was slim pickings, but I did bring back gorgeous Danish pieces of sterling.
I bought 2 of those Danish pieces that you picked up in Iceland, 2 necklaces, yes.
And I kind of look for when festivals are happening there, or where are the areas in each city or the little outskirts where they do the same as here, flea markets and secondhand markets, and that's what I look for, and I just love talking to the people. It's easier when I'm in France because I do speak French, but I did fall in love with Italy and have been twice in the past couple of years. And this coming, 2027, January of 2027, I'm going to Argentina, to Buenos Aires for the month.
Nice.
And if in case you didn't know this, Buenos Aires was the Paris of Latin America. So the amount of antiques and vintage jewelry, furniture, clothing is amazing there. So I'm just psyched to dig and bring back some amazing stuff.
That sounds so exciting. I had no idea of that status.
Right, and I can't imagine the food and music. I love to dance, so.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so you're going in January.
That's their summer.
Well, I mean, the reason why I'm kind of flipping is because of that part of the carnival and all of the things that go on down in that area. I'm just so is there food dishes that you were talking about, the food and the music and the environment?
I am not a type A person, so I don't really plan everything out or even look at restaurants before I go. I want to get lost on the streets, meet somebody who goes, you should go here tonight, or meet us here tomorrow night. I really just enjoy getting lost and hope my phone doesn't lose a charge so that my GPS works.
That's important. What did we do without these phones?
Oh, well, that and what was it? I was on the phone with my mother, and I made a comment And then I said, well, did you look on Amazon?
I know. It's crazy.
I mean, I literally said to her,
that.
I know, I literally told her, I said, what did we, do before, we just pushed a few buttons?
It's true. I think one of the reasons my business is doing so well is that what I offer is authentic, and you can't just press a button and go on Amazon to get it, or even eBay or Etsy, because you're not getting to hold it, feel it, see it.
That is so important.
So
the energy that comes off of, and
yes, and being tactile and feeling that energy and being able to really lay an eye on facets, because a lot of times they don't photograph well.
Well, and
sometimes they do, and they don't look that good in person, right?
Well, and the thing about it is, it's the level when you're going to Europe and things like that, the difference in the quality and the stone. People don't give those stone colors that.
You're right. So you think about like the mine cut diamonds and how stunningly beautiful they are, but they don't have the same faceting that the newer
or brilliance. So
brilliance.
It just depends on what you prefer, and I'm always going to prefer a diamond that's European cut or rose cut.
Yeah, so those small details are so important in different ways to different people. Being able to be, and I say to people all the time when I recommend your shop, take your time. Just take a step in, top to bottom, take a side step, bottom to top.
There's only 7,000 pieces. I mean,
come
why do they need to take their time?
And she's only letting 6 people in, so
But here's the fact that a lot of people don't realize that even though I go to Europe shopping, it doesn't mean their stuff is better.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of jewelry was lost from the Holocaust and different wars and the bombings, and it's a tragedy. And lives were lost, but all of their belongings too. So a lot of the things are here in America that were brought over.
Yeah.
So I don't find the same things there that I find here, obviously. But it's very interesting to see what they charge so much for over there, but we have plenty of it over here.
I have a ring I have a ring that nobody will touch because it has a scratch on the sapphire, and it was one of those pieces of jewelry who was sewn into a dress that was brought over, and the facets had I was given the ring, and 2 of the diamonds don't exist that should be in the ring, and they replaced them with aluminum foil. And because the ring is...
That's awesome.
The ring is hand-cut diamonds, and it sounds bizarre. You can't tell what's aluminum foil and what is diamonds.
Right.
That sounds beautiful.
Yep.
The imperfection of something carrying that much history is just beautiful. I wouldn't fix it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a...
I would wear it, Magnolia. You just need to wear it.
I have to see it.
Yeah. There we go. So we need to make a date to hit the sidewalk.
I want it to be checked because I don't...
That gives me shiver. We'll bring it. I have 2 jewelers that are amazing, and
All right. So I think we need to play our first Martini melody. And this is one that we just put on the tracks for you. And since you are an avid French speaker, I will let you say the name of it after we play. I'm going to hand you my cheat sheet because I would certainly make a mess of it.
Okay, so here we go. righty.
So our secret is that we actually selected that on your behalf. So if you have any comments that you would like to share.
Beautiful. It's Comptine d'un autre été, l'après-midi, which translates to nursery rhyme of another summer in the afternoon.
Oh, I love that. I think I would like to have nursery rhymes in the afternoon in the summer.
It certainly made me sleepy and want to be under a tree in the sun.
With a book.
Sleepy under a book. Okay.
You know, actually, I ran across a piece of music that was called Falling Asleep with a Book on My Chest. I need to find that again. Seeing how we
That's
just
a
brought
common
that up.
occurrence.
Yeah, that's how I get to sleep at night is with the books.
And I listen to rain sounds.
Lovely as well.
So one of the things that we want to ask is, would there be anything different that you would do if you had an opportunity to time machine back and make any changes?
With my business?
With your business.
Good, because if that was life, that'd be a large
Yeah. I should have clarified.
You know, I've read lots of books after the fact, not lots of books, about starting your business. I'm glad I didn't read any. I just started. I had an extra bit of money and like under $1,000 and saw the little train caboose for rent. It was $250 a month. I talked her down to $175 because I was so scared. And I said, for the first 6 months, may I pay $175 and then we'll go up to $250. And it just grew, like I said, organically. Like each time, what could I bring in? As I sold more jewelry, what else could I purchase? To where now I sell, 14, 18 karat platinum, diamonds, all the gemstones. Plus, which is my main love, all the costume.
Yes.
I mean, I love it all, but the costume will always be dear to me because it's affordable. We can mix it in. People love it. And it's so many, there's hundreds of makers from the, 1800s until now, though I stop at basically the 70s. But
Art Deco.
Art Deco is wonderful.
I, in 2020, had neck surgery, and there was a Chamber of Commerce event that I wore my big neck thing, and I blinged it with all of my mom's pins all the way around and wore it. I came in like on fire because that thing was just shiny.
If I had a nickel for everybody who keeps walking in my store and going, the brooch is back. And I always go, well, where did it go? Like deadpan. And they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, they've never gone anywhere. You just, because the magazines weren't telling you to wear them, you didn't wear them.
Exactly.
Wear what you want. Stop following these trends all the time.
Oh my God, it's so true. And as you know, I have a gaggle of pieces from my mom, and
beautiful. And she loved Sarah Coventry. I remember.
She loved that Sarah Coventry. But I do have them all bagged up individually with the plan one day of maybe making a let's drink some wine and look at jewelry date. I know that a lot of times the market does get kind of overwhelmed. And,
well, sometimes I just have so many people coming in and selling, especially gold. Lately,
it seems to be beneficial to sell.
It does, yes. And I'm happy to help people, so.
Good for you. We appreciate that. We also wanted to ask, is there a favorite piece of jewelry that you've sold, or pieces that come to mind that stand out to you as really beautiful pieces that were hard maybe, or maybe exhilarating to sell them because you knew they were going to a loving home?
I'm always exhilarated to sell things, and it's funny, I'll be getting dressed and I'll go to my jewelry box, which is actually a whole wall with a safe, and not have something, because I just love putting it out on the floor and a customer going, oh my God, when did you get this?
Yes.
And so I've been going through my jewelry going, the other day, I don't own a pearl pin. So I bought a pearl pin from my shop. And
love it.
Yeah, my favorite's always Victorian. Mm-hmm. Like today I'm wearing a rose gold belt band ring, and it's covered in ivy, which will have meaning. I can't remember right now, but just having something from 200 years ago is just so interesting to me, and the way they last. And
Yes.
Then I love the 40s, the fashion and the jewelry. And I'm a 70s kid, right? So I love the 70s tassels and the chunky gold and the chunky silver. There's just so many pieces that I love that it's very hard for me to do that. Also,
sure.
now that I'm 53, my brain doesn't really recall everything.
Oh, well,
Perimenopause.
you just wait.
I don't have to. Hopefully I'll get there.
I was going to say, my mother used to always say to my sister and to me, girls, you just wait.
I do not like that term, though, because
You
it's not
just
my
wait.
fault that I'm younger, and I don't need to feel negative about it coming.
Because of
It's
it.
going to
exactly.
come.
We do laugh now.
So I'm not
though.
going to overthink it.
No, don't overthink
No,
it.
and-
Because with my sister and I, whenever we find ourselves doing a thing, we look at each other and say tally, which was my mother's nickname. And that way we don't even have to say, Mom told us
Right.
so. We were just like, tally. We know. Thanks, Mom. Oh, my goodness. And then you, for a while, you were involved in kitty fostering. Is that something that you're still doing, or?
No, it was one of my great loves. 120 kittens fostered and adopted
love
out. But I foster failed.
Oh.
And this is why you shouldn't foster fail. I've always only had one cat, one dog, and I failed on a cat named Annabelle. And Annabelle, if I bring a cat into my house, she will not come in, or if she does, she will try to kill it. So these little
gosh.
kittens, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
She's 5 years old, so maybe in 12 years I'll get to foster again.
I have a male cat who is very opinionated. And in fact, it's a joke because Ruby comes over to my house for us to organize for the show, and Binks decides when we're done, he turns off the light in the office.
He's very bossy.
Well, this cat, which I've never seen before, is allergic to mosquitoes. So if she's not inside during peak hours in the evening, her ears literally will be dripping blood. And if she comes in, it gets on everything. So I do have to quit fostering, and I love the babies. So I do, if you've been in my shop when I've had kittens,
Yes.
I might just start doing it to where they're always at my shop. And that's why I did it. It's so easy to bring in a kitten and for someone to fall in love and find someone to adopt it.
Absolutely. Because even if they don't see it, if they hear that sweet little mew
It was the
going on,
perfect
it's
place
like,
to find people who were like, oh, I've been thinking about it. That's why they call me the kitten pusher in Hillsborough. Did you know that?
Yes. But you're really good at it. And I know that there were many times when I would see people needing fosters that I would tag you on posts.
Yes, I got
because-
many that way. People
Yes.
still do it, and I have to go, I can't right
can't
now.
do it.
Sorry.
Fried okra, steamed crab, and all French food. Now that is a spectrum of deliciousness. My mouth watered at all of it.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever been in Burlington? There's a little restaurant called Danny's.
No.
It is so good, but they do fried okra there. So last time I went, I had burger that was just piled high with sauteed onions and mozzarella and mushrooms, and a huge double side of fried okra. Amazing meal.
I love fried
that.
okra,
Sounds
too.
wonderful. Absolutely.
It's just the best way to eat it. Fried.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it every way, but fried is
Fried
like
is just the best.
Yeah, and that's the strange thing, because I grew up, we did do fried okra, but boiled okra went with black-eyed peas, and it was supposed to go together. These people, and I find when I talk to people and they go,
These
I
people.
don't eat boiled okra, and I'm like, you don't eat boiled okra? And come to find out, they don't ever have it with anything else. Well, no wonder
Right.
you don't eat boiled okra.
I loved it with tomatoes. And
That's what I was going to say. My mom always made it with boiled tomatoes and boiled okra
the acid
together.
really helped the
Stewed?
okra not being so
Slimy.
slimy.
Yeah.
Is it stewed tomatoes?
Stewed
Yeah.
tomatoes and okra.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we always had a garden, and Daddy always made several rows of tomatoes. Steamed, stewed, cooked tomatoes are just... They are my nemesis because our house would smell when she would can the tomatoes every summer. Mm-hmm. Our house would smell like cooked tomatoes. Now, I love tomato soup. I'm a ketchup girl. Heinz, hello. But anything else with tomatoes or red, I'm just picky.
Oh, wow. It's one of my favorite foods.
And my grandmother, I
love them raw. I love ketchup. But steamed or stewed, it's just something funny about them.
Well, my Nana would peel the tomato. And if you haven't had a tomato sandwich where the tomato has been peeled,
that's luxury.
Honey, it is. It does. It has a completely different taste.
Yeah, they're softer, creamier, if that word.
I know. It's a tomato sandwich. I could get behind.
A couple more months.
I can't wait.
I know.
Just give me some Dukes and some white bread. I like my own toasted white bread.
I do too, because at least it'll hold up.
Oh no, I'm a wheat girl, not toasted.
We're just going to have a tomato sandwich date, huh? Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I know that I think it was not very long ago that you bought a house. Is that?
It is so funny. Is today the 6th?
Yes.
So my 5-year anniversary of purchasing it is April 9th.
Okay.
So 5 years ago, I got a house in Hillsborough finally.
Yeah.
So I have a 7-minute commute.
That's nice.
That commute will kill you, right?
I've never had a big commute except in New York City when I was there, and at least that was public transportation.
Yeah.
So, when people say I should move my store to Carlisle or Durham, not getting a commute.
No, that's right.
I got a nice, simple little life.
That's the way we like it. So how has home ownership changed anything that as far as stress levels or satisfaction levels?
I haven't let it stress me. I always took care of, I rented a place for 10 years before, a little house, and I took care of it like it was my own. I love projects.
Yeah.
It makes me feel really proud as a single woman.
Yes.
Owning my own business and owning my own home and mowing my grass and painting my walls.
Hell yes. yes to
all of the above.
Yeah. I'm it's good to know that I have something to bring to the table, that I'm taking care of myself and my home and my community, and it feels good.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets to do it, and it makes me very sad. I think it's one of the hardest things living in this very white, wealthy community of the Triangle, and there's not enough housing for people.
Yeah, I agree with that, because even when affordable housing comes into the conversation, it's $300,000 compared to $600,000 is affordable housing.
Yeah, Chapel Hill is $750,000 median. And Hillsborough is now $550,000.
Oh, it's crazy.
You can do that.
It's crazy. I bought my little place in 1994, 7.25 acres, a little beat-down shack. The fella I was dating at the time was a builder, and he said, "Don't worry, I'll build you a house." We took 2.5 years every weekend and worked on that ourselves.
And now it's beautiful.
And I love it. And $60,000.
But that's in the 90s. That's way different than the kids today.
I maxed out 2 credit cards. We didn't have to pay any labor because we did it ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's just that. I feel like that is such a hard path now for anyone to be able, because if you find, I was looking for my bestie Tony is looking for land, and we found a little plot north of Hillsborough, but you know what? It won't perk. No wonder it's only $60,000. It's like, well, what are you going to do with it? You're just going to park cars on it and make a parking lot, or it's crazy. But there's the opportunity, the land is diminishing, and man, it's just we all got lucky. I think that timing wise,
well, it just depends when you came and everything. I just think as part of we should all be really working with Habitat for Humanity and any organization that can help the unhoused.
We did a couple of fundraisers for them in 2019.
We did a couple of fundraisers for a lot of
everybody
in 2019. I thought you were trying to kill us.
Let's do another Martini melody.
Okay.
I think,
Oh, good. I need to take a sip.
Yes, and we're going to...
hopefully the board's going to work for us better.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to hold my finger on it.
Dear listeners, we did have a little board boo-boo. It wasn't us.
No, it was a board boo-boo.
The board is fine.
The board is fine. We are manifesting perfection. So that was another one that on behalf of Lindsley, we chose that one for you. I just kept going toward the sort of meditative classical sound because we didn't have any real specifics, and I apologize if they weren't quite exactly what you would have chosen. But
I'm enjoying all of it. I was telling you earlier that I'm a retired ballerina and raised on classical, so It is a favorite.
Absolutely.
I do love Rachmaninoff.
Yes, I thought that was beautiful. So we were talking about your kitties, and we totally forgot to bring up shop dog Tucker.
You mean the four-legged mayor of Hillsborough?
The four-legged mayor of Hillsborough. Yes.
Yes. So I found Tucker. We found each other when he was 3 months old, and I had just. I opened May 4th of 2014, and Tucker was adopted in August. Yeah. But he was also born on May 4th, so it's kind of funny. So he'll be 11 next month, and he comes to the shop whenever I am there, and people come by just to see Tucker. And when I'm walking around town, because he's been on a few covers of the newspaper and such. People, that's Tucker. They don't know who I am, but they know who Tucker is.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So we are close to wrapping time and want to give you an opportunity if there's anything that we have not spoken of or that you would like to bring up or share, or
is there any events?
Ooh.
Well, there actually are two coming up, but neither are going to be in Hillsborough. Next Wednesday, which we'll pretend is not a different day, April 15th, I will be on Duke campus at their, I guess it's Environmental Day, Earth Day?
Earth Day, yeah.
Right, so they invited me to sell my vintage jewelry there.
Ooh.
And then, and I feel really bad about this, because I'm not remembering the date, but if you've been in my store before, I carry hats by Hat Knit Hats.
Yes.
The owner of that is, of those beautiful pieces, is Kim Faircloth Fraser. And we are doing for the Botanical Garden, North Carolina Botanical Garden, a fundraiser. And that is on, I believe, May 6th. But it'll be at her studio in Chapel Hill, and you can find out information on that through the North Carolina Botanical Garden website.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think we have a couple of announcements. First of all, we want to manifest a community-supported performance fundraiser gala event. Gala, depends on like tomato. And so what we are interested in doing is putting on this event in September and inviting local performers to volunteer with us, singers, dancers, comics, specialty performers, baton twirlers, whatever you do, we'd love to share our stage with you. And our vision of this is that we would have vignettes throughout the evening instead of a solid stage with performer after performer, and as well as being able to have a screen with all of our audio video from our shows, and bring out folks who want to underwrite what we do, because we need underwriters to support us in 2027. We are good through 2026, but we are definitely looking for people to help us out and keep Double Martini floating.
You'll have to tell us what that's about. I might be interested.
Absolutely. So to become an underwriter for our show, we would love to reach out to you and give you some direct information on that.
Perfect.
Because we are always looking for support, and as we support others, we got another thing to announce too, don't we?
I know.
Oh my gosh, look at the time's ticking. All right, here we go. Martini Mondays, The Hangover.
Yes.
With Ruby Martini and Magnolia Steele. You guys, we are adding a second hour of shenanigans every Monday after we shake it up. So from 6 until 7 p.m., it's a hangout plus a stayover. The perfect combination for a hangover. Our guests will have an opportunity to hang over with us and continue our conversations after we wrap their Martini Mondays Shaking It Up episode. We will include playlists from previous guests, as well as curating playlists that we enjoy. Magnolia will share her so-called story shortening segment. Never happens. And I will have commentary about whatever comes to mind. But anyway, we're creating as we go, and we are soft launching for a few weeks and just kind of playing around with the extra time until we really curate our content. That we do want to invite you to keep an ear out so that you can come hang over with us. So we'll be shaking it up from 5 until 6 and having a hangover from 6 until 7. I think it's perfect.
It is perfect.
So stay tuned about staying tuned, and I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. Once we figure out what the heck we're doing, we'll be able to announce it, but we wanted to secure the time so that we could have it back to back and figure out what the heck is going on with the hangovers? All right, here we are. Dear listeners, thank you for tuning in and supporting us. Thank you, Lindsley. We appreciate you so much for giving us episode 14. We are calling this Curating Shiny Treasures.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much. And Magnolia, thank you as always for being my shenanigans partner in crime. Thank you, WCOM, and big thanks to our underwriters. If you would like to become an underwriter for our show or for WCOM's general operations, email us, WCOMRuby@gmail.com. All right, all you Shakers, join us next week, Monday, the 13th of April, when we welcome Ingrid Harm Hernandez. Ingrid is a pelvic health physical therapist, an author, and an artist. She is going to give us some very important conversation about strengthening all things pelvis related and more. We'll see you next week, and until then, all you Shakers, keep on shaking.